I just got done watching the new Ghostbusters Afterlife movie, and I had no idea what I was expecting going into this. I didn't really research anything or what was gonna the underlying story. I had nothing. I was going into this. All I saw was the trailer, and that looked fairly interesting because they're showing like the car all rusty and going through like a cornfield or something, and I'm like, ooh, this is cool. Like they're gonna like find all the Ghostbuster stuff, and they're gonna come back and bust ghosts or something. So I had this idea of like, wow, I'm gonna see a lot of cool old Ghostbuster stuff, which they kind of do deliver in a way. I mean, they kind of have to. But what caught me off guard was the main cast. They're just kids. It's all kids. It's just like they're shooting the proton packs, and they're like, we're gonna capture ghosts, and the kids like doesn't know how to drive, and I'm like, these like they geared up the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie for like a very young demographic, like, which is kind of strange because I personally don't think kids now are really that interested in Ghostbusters unless their parents are shoving Ghostbusters in their face 24/7 to get them to like it because they liked it as a kid. Like, that's what it's like. It's like, personally, like for me, like my dad really loves Speed Racer, and he would talk to me about Speed Racer. I'm like, I don't give a crap about Speed Racer. I was never interested in that. So like, I have this same kind of vibe to it, where they're making a Ghostbusters movie to get kids interested in Ghostbusters, and it's just weird. It's just really weird, and I don't know. It just wasn't what I was expecting. Because when you make a Ghostbusters film, the people who are going to go watch that are the older people that were kids in the 80s that really liked Ghostbusters. And now I guess they look at it like, oh, well, now you could bring your kids to go see Ghostbusters, and then show them all the Ghostbusters stuff. Was that what they were trying to get at? I don't know. I really don't know. And so with this cast of young kids, I was immediately losing interest in this movie, like right off the bat. And the kid's awkward, and he's interested in this girl, and the girl's awkward, and she meets an awkward friend, and it's just like the whole story just felt really like lazy. Everything was just predictable. You could see where everything was going. There was nothing like catching you off guard, like, whoa, didn't see that one coming, like there was nothing like that. And there was no humor. There was really no humor in it, which was, original Ghostbusters, a lot of jokes, a lot of funny stuff. It was a funny movie. And this is not that. It is just like, oh, look, we found this. This is weird. Where's this go? Where's this leading me? Oh, wow, look, there's a ghost. Like, it's just, there's nothing like anything really funny. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't hit the mark at all. And the last part of the movie basically references like all the end of the first movie. And I could see them like, oh, well, we got to show you all this Ghostbuster stuff, so we're just gonna, shove it in there. And it's like, no, you just like the whole, they just do the whole end of the first Ghostbusters, and you're like, I already seen this. I already know where this goes, and I don't care. Like, by the end of the movie, I didn't care about anything. I was just like, oh, okay. And then like the stuff that I would have lost my mind over, when they start to show you those things at the very end, I'm like, I'm already checked out. I don't even care anymore. It's like, whatever, just wrap it up. That's how it felt. And what was most annoying is the stuff that I was like expecting to see, the things that I wanted to see, they start showing those little snippets at the credits. During the credits, they're like, hey, you see this funny thing? We could have did that. We could have made a movie like this, but we didn't. And they kind of like line it up, maybe because there's going to be like a sequel or something, or if the sequel is something that you're expecting to see, because what they were showing in the trailer, in the credits, is stuff I wanted to see. I don't get it. I don't get it. It was like you could have done this the entire movie, and you're like, no, let's do like a couple little snippets. That's the movie you wanted to see. Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know. I was just if you like, I'm not saying don't watch it. If you like Ghostbusters, totally watch it. You'll get to see some Ghostbuster. Trust me, there's lots of Ghostbuster references to the first films. There's all sorts of stuff. Even some of the way the shots are lined up look exactly like pretty much close to the first movie because they gotta. Because there's some Ghostbuster fans that are just like, we have to pick up every single reference in the film. So they're there, but it's just they don't work for the story. The story just isn't interesting. So you have this nothing story with a bunch of Ghostbuster references stuffed into it with these kids that don't really, I don't know, it doesn't work. So it's fine to watch, but I don't personally think I'll go back to watch it again. I'm really not that interested in it. So it is what it is. So give it a watch and just take it for what it is, but it's nothing that I think actually adds to the story of Ghostbusters, because I don't think there is a way to add anything to Ghostbusters. Like, it should have just been left alone.